Alrighty, welcome. Are we recording? I think so. Okay, everybody. This is our end of a calendar year. I'm coming on. This may be a little bit of a longer video, so if you would like to grab yourself a tea or coffee, do so. Take your time listening. Hopefully there's little morsels within this video that will be able to give you the opportunity to know that you're not alone, to release. I am coming to you on the full moon in Cancer, December 26th, 2023, very deep. The moon is in its home sign of Cancer, so it's a powerful one. It's at the end of this year, saying goodbye to 2023. Thank you, God. I am not rushing away my life, but fuck this entire year. You know, it's painful to have things revealed to us that, you know, we thought were genuine and authentic, and to have a realization that things are not always as they appear to be. And so I want to encourage you to not hesitate to release some tears, to purge some emotions. We're talking about the sign of Cancer, so this is the fourth house, right? This is our foundation. This is at the bottom of the chart. This is our roots. This is our ancestors. This is our, specifically the mother. So this is our feminine energy. These full moons can be felt prior to the exact time, which was 7:33 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will be reading the Sabian symbol for this full moon. It's very powerful. I just went and read it and I'm like, yeah, we'll definitely be sharing that. So very emotional. It's probably pulling on your emotions. I know that I didn't sleep much last night, so I'm doing a lot of purging, cleansing, a lot of tears, a lot of emotions coming up from our foundational roots, right? The mother, the home life, where we've been, where we've grown and evolved to currently. Anytime there's an opposition in astrology, in the heavens, you know, there's a pull there. So we have the sun in the cardinal earth sign of Capricorn, which is just this side of Christmas, the winter solstice in the northern hemisphere, the balance of dark and light, the darkest night, the solstice. So going into the depths of that Capricorn energy, sun in Capricorn, dutiful, pragmatic, able to make the mark on the world, on the high aspect of it, being able to take forth the wisdom of the things that we've overcame, and carry forward that crone energy, right? The wisdom. On the low aspect of it, it can be cutthroat, can be selfish, it can be detached from its emotions, right? Because we have the moon in its home sign, fourth house, sun in the represents the 10th house, our mark on the world. If we don't have our strong roots, our emotions, self-care, know how to nurture ourselves, if we don't have them roots anchored, if we're not in tune with our inner world, what makes us feel emotional stability, if we leave behind them roots and forget who we are and just become this dog eat dog person, this is the polarity we have here on this axis. We got to get in tune with our own inner realm first. That's where we're supposed to meet in the middle, right? Cancer, Capricorn, meet in the middle. Are you in the world? Are you of the world, or are you in the world? Are you making your mark? Are you sharing your wisdom? Are you being and carrying forward your dutiful self? But are you also nurturing yourself? Are you taking care of your inner world? Because that's the problem we see with addiction, with escapism, is when people don't dive into their wounds, if they don't dive into their own feelings and process them, heal them. Full moons are this opposition, the light shining from the sun over onto the receptive moon, emotional, cardinal energy. Capricorn can be detached on the low vibe. It's also cardinal energy. Are we balancing and harmonizing those two things? Because that is really, if we don't take care of our own inner body, our own inner emotions, then we won't take forward that high vibe of the energy of the balance of those. So the Cancer moon, a lot of emotions coming up, a lot of purging, a lot of reflection of the mother, the roots in our inner world of the emotions. How were you cared for from your mother? How were you nurtured from your mother? If those needs weren't met, it's time for us as humans, as growing, evolving beings and souls, to nurture our own, to bring our own emotional stability, to nurture our own emotional self, and to meet our needs. So this is a doozy with it closing out the end of the year and it being in Cancer. A lot of family dynamics coming up. Before I came on, I was reflecting on how precious life is. We never know when it's going to end, and it's important for us to, it says it over and over in the Bible, to guard your hearts. Done being doormats to other people. Guarding your heart doesn't mean putting walls up and keeping everybody out. It means healthy boundaries, right? Water can be very deep and purifying and nurturing, but water can be also very destructive. I mean, look at the Grand Canyon. The water just created that. So it's important for us to dive into those. There's a lot of people reaching out to me right now. Wow, why am I so emotional? I'm like, you're not alone. I have been too. It always starts with a full moon for me. I start feeling this about a couple days prior. This full moon energy, Cancer, rules over the breast, the heart. There's nothing in the world more strong and more powerful than somebody who lives in their heart space. It can move mountains, right? What happens if we live too guarded, or we've been hurt so much and we just don't want to go into those deep feels or feel those deep feels? Just like the crab that represents the Cancer energy, it can scurry away, right? It's that hard shell. It can scurry away and not put itself out there. And I think it's very beautiful when we'll be able to live from the heart space, to not close that heart space off, to have healthy boundaries, but to make sure that we are meeting our own emotional needs first and not having the expectations to have other people fulfill that. So I just want to thank our ancestors for getting us here. If you're on the planet, if you're listening, you have a bigger purpose to why you're here. I do as well. It's painful to go into the heart space and to feel the things that may have left you feeling emotionally abandoned, where you feel like your heart's been stepped on, where your heart's been betrayed. Emotional abandonment coming up huge. You could be, if you're a female, feeling a fullness in your breast right now, again, because Cancer energy represents the breast and the heart. The heart is the most powerful energy there is. So just remember that. I kept seeing a reflection on the window. I was just looking to see, but I think it's from me moving back in my chair. So pardon me, I got distracted. So just like the moon in its full culmination, right? This fullness within you, you could be having a peak of those emotions coming up and out. Don't snuff them down. Snuffing emotions causes depression, causes body ailments. So never apologize. Be unapologetic when it comes to being real and authentic and sharing and feeling emotions. If those who think that you are, by showing your emotions, are weak, which could be the Capricorn energy, out of harmony, in all actuality, it takes great wisdom to be able to show those emotions and great courage to be able to show those. It is a superpower. So at the time of this full moon, we have Mars and Mercury in the sign of Sagittarius. Mercury is currently still retrograde, so squaring off with Neptune. We have, first of all, Mars, who cuts, severs, can be assertive, can be aggressive, conjunct the planet of communication, our intellect, writing, conjunct meaning side by side, in the sign of Sagittarius, where belief systems, where people can get sharp with the tongue, where you could possibly have even anger coming up at this time as well. Keep remembering to purge that. We have it squaring off with Neptune in the sign of Pisces in its home sign. So this could be a feeling of not knowing the truth. This can be a feeling of deception, illusions, being tricked. But try to be able to see through that right now. Don't project any hasty words onto others. And just realize at this time that you may not have all of the facts straight. There could be things that are deceptive. So make sure you go into your own inner divine. Great discernment keeps coming up for me as well at the end of this year, this full moon. All the astrological events that we have taking place. We got to go into our own inner divine. I've been asking God, Creator, Source, to have great discernment going forward in my life. And then also kind of planting the seed as we go into this new calendar year. Me and my girlfriend were just talking about it tonight. We're going to have a good fucking year this year. We're going to start being, and this was coming regardless of what took place in my life in 2023, which is already was building and manifesting within myself of more spontaneous action, a little more travel. And where that starts for me is to have a good, strong, foundational 4th house, full moon in Cancer, a strong foundation within myself. And also remembering my roots, where I've came from, where you've came from, but also being able to have that soft place to land after coming home from travel, right? So collaboration is huge as well, because we will have Pluto, the planet of transformation, going into another one of Saturn's signs, Aquarius. It dipped its way into Aquarius at the beginning of this year. That's when shit really hit the fan in my life. And it's gone back into Capricorn, where it's at the final degree of Capricorn. So you could be feeling that brewing within you. An intensity of transformation, but not quite knowing what that transformation is going to be. And so as Pluto does make its way into Aquarius, where we're needing to collaborate with each other, a transformation, a collaboration, getting together with others, and just entering the doorway of the age of Aquarius more and more as these big hitters move through. So it's important to know our foundation, who we are. 4th house. It's important we get in tune with our emotional foundation. Healing, releasing, purging, whether it be tears, screaming in your pillow, whatever it is, the pull. Because just like the ocean gets pulled High tide, full moon, we are made up of so much water. It does pull on us, especially if you're in tune with this. Cancer energy is a very intuitive sign. The moon is at its home. It is in its home sign in Cancer. So very powerful ending to 2023, the calendar year. And again, before we go out into that outer world, knowing who we are, and it's about a good balance. We all have free will. We can choose the path that we're on. And I always say being truthful, honest, and in integrity is the most important. It's high vibe. It's time for that too. We were just talking tonight too, my friend and I, about, worthiness. I'm so worthy of so much more than the things that I've been through, and I'm sure you can relate to, because we've all been through things in our life. And it's about time to know our worth. Jupiter in Taurus, Uranus in Taurus, they will be coming into a conjunction as well. I don't know when that's going to happen, so don't have my laptop here. I would like to just read the Sabian symbol for this Cancer. And look at this. Look at this. I got my new Chosen mug. One of my favorite lines from the Chosen is when Yeshua grabs a hold of Mary to help heal her, is "You are mine. Remember, there is a bigger power." I was speaking of this just before I came on. There's an M-class flare that is currently now coming from the sun. I felt it immediately. I got a hot surge in my body. You are mine. So the Sabian symbol for this full moon in Cancer, and this is from my Sabian Symbols book by Diana Rosh. It's at 4 degrees something, but in the Sabian symbols, you round up to the next degree. So that's why I'm reading the 5 degrees. This is powerful. An automobile wrecked by a train. The key word is dispersion. The theme for this full moon in Cancer is knowing when to stop. This symbol speaks to a compelling sense of urgency or obligation to complete or finish something that has been started or set in motion. In a broad sense, the symbol speaks to a desire to obtain closure. See, full moons are about a culmination, guys. The image of an automobile wrecked by a train is another of the reversed symbols, and it dramatically illustrates the dangers of trying to rush things or bring any situation to a premature end. Don't rush your emotions. Don't rush yourself in the feels. If you're on a healing journey and you have people outside of you telling you, you should be over this by now, you should this, don't rush it. Trust your own gut, trust your own intuition, because trying to bounce out of anything that you may be feeling in the feels and trying to end it, sever it prematurely means you're going to cycle back to it. And I know a lot of times on the healing journey we do, because the healing journey is a spiral. Our lives are a spiral. Sometimes we go back down or go back over the deep feels of something that we thought we completely healed already. The true transformation of the Pluto energy, because it never feels good, is you go deep into the depths of it. And then what's the higher symbol? The phoenix rising. The earliest description of this image was a man in an automobile, maddened by the lust for speed, races with a fast train and loses. He is killed. So don't rush it. Don't be into the worldly things of lust that are only temporary highs and temporary hits of adrenaline or dopamine or whatever it may be, right? Because it can sever you. It can kill you. The emphasis in this symbol is on self-control, self-preservation, and the need to understand that at all times the ultimate obligation of any individual is to himself rather than the outcome of any objective. Meaning, with this full moon in Cancer, nurture yourself, take care of yourself. Don't put yourself out there, especially in relationships, right? We have North Node in Aries, heal thyself. Chiron, almost forgot to say this, going direct after being in retrograde motion for 6 months. Chiron went retrograde in the sign of Aries. Chiron is the wounded healer. Chiron is the wound in us that will never heal. It's wherever it is in your natal chart, but collectively right now in Aries, self. Heal thyself, letting go of codependency in relationships, because the South Node axis is Libra. South Node, letting go of codependency, letting go of people pleasing, letting go of losing yourself. When we get in relationships, we have to be healthy and whole, and the other person needs to be as well. So the emphasis in this symbol is on self-control, self-preservation, and the need to understand that at all times, the ultimate obligation of any individual is himself rather than the outcome of any objective. The seeker is ill-advised to continue any course of action to the point of self-annihilation. I've been talking about this for a while. It is not the time to escape, to run from any of you're running from your own self, your inner stuff that you haven't wanted to face. Doing so and being a seeker of self-satisfaction only causes annihilation. On the positive aspect of this full moon, at its highest, this symbol represents a remarkable talent of finding solutions to difficult problems by reevaluating prior experiences in terms of current needs. On the low aspect of this 5-degree full moon in Cancer, the tendency towards obsession that can lead to recklessness or foolish decision-making. Today, the ascent is on rushing to finish to get through things. So don't rush your emotions. Don't rush your feelings. Don't rush your healing. The opportunity with this full moon in Cancer is your greatest advantage lies in knowing when to stop and take a break, right? Sun in Capricorn illuminating this full moon, 4th house, 10th house. Go, 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 but never getting in tune with yourself, with your home, with your vessel, with your feels. Your greatest advantage lies in knowing when to stop and take a break. Stay in control of a situation and don't be pressured by artificial or self-created deadlines. What did I say prior? Don't feel rushed into the feels. Don't push away the feels. That's resistance. I learned that being diagnosed with PTSD in 2014, that the more that I resisted the visual and the replay of the scenario, the more I resisted it because it was very painful, the more it would come at me. Resistance immediately causes friction. So the risk for this full moon, 5 degrees in Cancer, is guard against endangering your health by living your life on the fast track, or forgetting that your first obligation is to yourself. Fill your own cup first. Nurture your own self first. That is our duty. When we do that and we start vibrating higher from the heart space, we do then call into us good, healthy relationships, whether it be friends, intimate relationships with partners. Man, note to my younger fucking self, right? The stepping stones are haste, recklessness, carelessness, rashness, foolhardiness, negligence, short-sightedness, compulsion, and obsession. So it reminds me a lot, even though it's the 5-degree Cancer Sabian symbol, it reminds me a lot of what I've been saying about the Neptune in Pisces energy, especially, I don't know, we had several different squares with the sun. I've been sharing too about this Mercury squaring up to Neptune, to not lie to ourselves, to not lie to others, to not be deceived by others, to not escape from ourselves, because that's where the addictions come in, no matter what they are. It's a self-annihilation prophecy, like the Sabian symbol said. The low vibra of it can be annihilating ourselves, right? Numbing out. So let's draw some cards. I took a long break from here. Oh, it's only at 26 minutes, so that isn't too bad. I took quite a break here when I went deep diving over the last couple months, so I know my last couple videos have been longer. But I don't really try to time them. I just come on and share and pour out the reflections of my own self to you. I know there's people out there that can benefit from this. That's why I do it. That's been the purpose of my channel from the get-go. And so let's just go ahead and draw. What are we going to draw from first? Let's draw from the... draw from the Gaia, the mother herself, right? The Gaia Oracle. Let me pause this because I don't know if my singing bowls sound bath here in the background is, you're lucky you're scratching on your tree and not my furniture, girl. So let's just see if this picks it up. Let's do the 528. This is the love tuning fork, so perfect for the Divine Feminine, the mother, the Cancer archetype, the roots, the foundation, the love, the heart chakra. I use this one every morning. We just want to give thanks to the Holy Spirit for being with us, for guiding us, for nurturing us. We ask that the Divine Mother be with us. We ask that we be encouraged, uplifted, guided. And we just want to give thanks today under this full moon in Cancer for the Mother, for the Nurturer, for the Divine Mother. And I'd also like to take a moment to give our thanks to our ancestors, to all of those that came before us, that put us on this soul journey on the earth plane. No matter how hard it is, we give thanks. We're going to have a reverence for this life. We're going to have a reverence for the deep feelers and healers that we are. And we're no longer going to be looked at by this society and accept that from this society that we're too sensitive, that we're crazy, that we're too intuitive. No, no more of that. We give thanks for great discernment. We give thanks for the support. We give thanks for the feelings. We give thanks for the experiences that we're having. And we're going to go forward with healthy boundaries, guarding our hearts, not to put walls around our hearts, but to know that we need to guard our hearts because we are in a battle, a spiritual battle on the earth plane for energies that are intimidated, that are jealous, that are envious. We are no longer going to allow anybody to try to dim and snuff our lights. We're going to shine them freaky flags brightly because we know we have purpose here. And we give thanks for any messages that we now receive from these beautiful cards. And we give thanks in advance. And so it is. My heart overflow with love. I've been crying. I've been awake. So from the Gaia Oracle, the mother who sustains us ultimately for our journey here on this planet, the feminine energy of Earth that sustains all of us. Which message would we be most beneficial or supported by to have going forward with this new moon, with the new year, with the shedding of the old? Sacred Heart. Passion, love, spiritual communion, being one with the divine. What did I say? Heart chakra. This is the most powerful energy. A lot of us have carried crosses. A lot of us have had afflictions on the earth plane. Never turn yourself from empathy, because that is where it's developed. If you turn cold because you've been hurt, that's weak. The Strength card keeps coming up to me. I didn't bring a tarot deck out here neither, but the Strength card keeps coming up to me, that it's a strength to feel the feels. It's a strength to be so loving. It's a strength to be so empathetic. Honor, cherish, have a reverence for that. Card 12. Let's read a little bit from it. I don't know if I'll read all of it, but let's read part of it at least before we go on to any more messages. It's funny because I've been when I come on lately, and I'm like this in the summer all the time, but like I've needed to be barefoot. If I have slippers on, because it is winter here, I have to peel them off in order to come on. So let's just read a little bit from the Sacred Heart. You are entering a period of profound and heartfelt love, a deeply emotional time where you, a deeply emotional time. What are we talking about? This full moon in Cancer, how emotional and deep it is. Okay, let me start over. You are entering a period of profound and heartfelt love, a deeply emotional time where you focus on, question, and think about the things that matter to you the most. You will find yourself reevaluating your priorities and your core values, and this will lead you along a path of self-discovery, bringing with it a deepened spiritual connection to Earth. Your surroundings, your family, your friends, your loved ones, your passion and your appreciation for life are heightened. What was one of my prayers just now? That we have a reverence for, that we have an appreciation for our ancestors, for the planet, for being able to have life no matter what the afflictions and the pain we've been through. It is a blessing and it is an honor to be here, and we will carry that forward, being the torch. It reminds me of how it says in the Bible to don't dim your light, put it out on the lamppost for others to see. What does that mean? Collaborate with others. Get on here and be a deep feeler and a deep sharer, to take that wisdom forward, to share with other people. They're not alone, to collaborate. At times, your emotions overflow to the point of being almost unbearable. Good Lord, is that true? Yet this is nothing to fear or to be concerned about, for this is the most sacred and precious time through which your loving intentions are both seen and felt by all around you. Your inner light and your wisdom illuminates, heals, and inspires. This is a good time to be creative, writing, or you maybe feel inclined to draw, to paint. Take up a creative pursuit to some kind. Thank the earth and start for the many blessings that you receive. The affirmation for this full moon in Cancer, ending up the 2023 calendar year. I am in tune with my inner light and wisdom. I am guided always by love. I energetically share my light and wisdom with others. I am one with the earth and the stars. The guidance I receive is free from the limitations of the time and space. Yes. Yes. I'm an earth baby. I got to be out in earth every day. And I have been having so many profound, deep connections, not only through this channel, but I'm starting to get them in the flesh. I've went into the dark depths, like it says, and the deep feels. It's not easy to go there. That's why so many people take the weak route, and I'm going to say it, and they escape from it. They band-aid it. They drug it up. They alcohol it up. They porn it up, right? I'm not bashing anybody. I used to be a very heavy drinker. It got me nowhere. Nothing good come of it. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Can I have a beautiful glass of wine with a wonderful meal? Absolutely. I'm calling that in for my next love of my life that comes in my world. Can I have a beautiful mojito with a nice fresh slice of mint in the summertime when it's hot out? Absolutely. But to get drunkenness out of my mind, no thank you. And again, this ain't the time neither, as these different timelines collapse and the energy on the planet is so polarized. It's the prime time for entities to attach to you, so don't escape, because that's what happens when you do. What a beautiful message. The Sacred Heart, the most powerful energy there is. There was a time when you may have felt like a black sheep in your family. You may have been bullied in school, but now is your time to get authentic, to dive into your deep feels, to shine your freaky deep. Too sensitive? No such fucking thing, right? Because this is where the true healing happens. This is where the true connections happen and the true collaboration. And now is the time to find your tribe. Let's do a message from the Mother Mary next. Let's see what the Divine Mother, the original Divine Mother, has to say for us. The Sacred Heart is always what I always see on the images, because if you know me, and if you're new today, if you don't know, I loved the Christ. I love Yeshua. He is one of my guides. And so I always visualize the image of him with that illuminated heart. That is the truth, the way. Huge magnetics, huge power. So let's listen to what the message may be from the Divine Mother herself, Mother Mary. Be strong. Here's our strength card, just in a different deck. Be strong. There's another thing too. Now that I am vibrating higher, and just because you grieve or whatever does not mean you're low vibe, just so you know. When you stay there too long, it can be low vibe. Grieving and feeling is a process of healing. It's natural. Don't allow anybody to tell you different. It's when we stay there, when we rise up out of it, just like that card message says, when we go down deep into it, and then we feel our connectiveness to the stars, to the heaven, to God, creator, universe, to ourselves, to our own Sacred Heart. There is such powerful transformation in that. I mentioned the Strength card, didn't bring my tarot out, but Mother Mary is telling us to be strong. I pull myself up and I do what needs to be done. From the Mother herself, be strong. It is like the Strength card, right? Bring forward your Sacred Heart to go into those deep feels. Can't make this shit up, so I love it. Anyway, my intuition's online. And again, this is a very intuitive time and a full moon culmination of intuition, because it is a water sign and it's more powerful for two reasons. It's in its home sign, 4th house. It's also the first 5 degrees, the first decan. So this is a powerful one, guys, all around. So trust your intuition. Let's see. Let's do a message from, which deck is this? Archangels. Archangel Michael has been really powerful on my healing journey. of protection, protecting my own energetic field from vampires, because the truth of the matter is, on the earth plane, we are in a spiritual battle. Things are being revealed, lies, deception, narcissism. And so, and we do get psychic attacks. When somebody's gossiping about you, that's a psychic attack. And a lot of times, if we put that shield up and we just protect our own aura and energy field, right? Starts with the Sacred Heart, works all the way around us. And calling upon Archangel Michael's been huge for me on my healing journey over the past year. And not only I've been calling him back in again, but he was also while I was in the beginning parts of grieving my son who transitioned. So blue, Archangel Michael, and then I also Archangel Raphael for the healing aspect in my heart. Because grief and physical loss is very, heart chakra, and it can have a huge influence on your whole body. So do not shy away from calling upon spirit. First and foremost to me always is God, Yeshua, and the Holy Spirit. And then I need that extra, I'll call upon Archangel Michael. They're always there for us. And again, Raphael was right at the forefront there for a while as well, but currently Archangel Michael specifically. So what is the message from the Archangel Oracle for this full moon, end of the year? Huge culmination, huge feels, huge reflection of the mother, our home, our roots, our foundation. You know what to do. Archangel Uriel. Trust your inner knowledge and act upon it without delay. This is something coming up huge. And we got the lantern. So there's our, don't dim our lights. Put them out there on the lamppost for others to see. Don't beg other people to change, but the right people will definitely come into your energetic field as you clear, release, lower things. So something I've been doing is when somebody comes across my heart space or my thoughts, I'm either texting them to let them know I'm thinking about them, or I'm calling them to let them know I'm thinking about them. So whatever comes through to you, trust yourself, trust that there's a reason. And something that has been so magnified for the last few months for me is how very intuitive I am. And to not delay, to not be my own worst critic anymore, right? I'm a Virgo sun, so I can be very critical of myself, to stop doubting myself. And recently I just did a reading for a client. I want to thank you if you tune in to listen. And she let me know and helped encourage me to keep doing what I'm doing with private readings. I also like to let you know that I do have a website being worked on currently where I will be doing intuitive astrology and oracle messages readings for clients as well. That's coming up in the future. It is being worked on currently. Let's draw another message from our angels and ancestors. And I'm getting super, super dry, so there's definitely solar activity coming in. Okay. Be strong, Mother Mary says. Can you believe that after I just got done saying I didn't bring my tarot cards out here? I keep thinking about, keep being called to share about the strength card, and then we get told by Mother Mary, the mother herself, be strong. Being weak is easy. Being weak is escaping. I know, because I did it in my younger years. I was escaping my sensitivity. I never understood why I got bullied in school. I never understood why I kept getting betrayed, because I didn't know that the light within me attracts the freaking dark, right? Now I know. Now I'm carrying that forward. I'm no longer going to doubt myself. That's for sure. From our angels and our ancestors, we got the stag. Pardon me. Trust and thrive. So again, Uriel is telling us to trust your inner knowledge, your intuition, your inner compass, your inner heart, your sacred heart, your morale, your instincts. And then don't delay. Now the stag is coming along and telling us to trust and then thrive. That's how we will overcome any afflictions. This is a timeless message, no matter when you tune in to listen. Trust yourself. Trust that inner guidance. Never underestimate the power. We have guides. We have ancestors. I have my son on the other side. They are all here. God, creator of this universe, whatever you want to call it, is always there. And I was just talking about it on my last video, to seek it out, to ask. And you'll be so amazed on how things come through to you. So the I am affirmation for this full moon in Cancer is, I am willing to ask for help. This is something that was just brought up on my Telegram, maybe not my Telegram channel, somebody's today. And one of the things that somebody was saying is they struggled with asking for help. That is your feminine energy needing to heal, to be receptive. Like when we're rejected in any type of way, whether it be in our childhood or a past life, and I was guilty of this. And I was like, I'm strong. I'm in that masculine role. I'm a doer. I can do it myself. No, because there is a beauty in asking. If you need help, ask. That is the beautiful receptive energy. So this is very, very healing for the feminine energy. Let's go over this one more time. Thank you so much for being here. Allow your passions to shine through. Allow your sensitivity to be your frickin' strength. Allow your sensitivity and your feels and your resilience and your overcoming energy within you to not numb out, right? Like I was saying, it is weak to escape. I used to do it. No more. I am becoming the sage as a rising Sagittarius, and I can just feel it. I can see it. There's a strength. There's a glow. There's a knowing that in the flesh. I wrote this on my whiteboard the other day. God is good all the time. Humans, not so fucking much. Let bygones be bygones. If you're not revered, if you're not honored, if you're not held in a place where you are respected and loved for the beautiful person you are, say goodbye. Release it. Release it. Cry it out. Walk it out. Tuning fork it out, pray it out, moving. I just said to my girls today, I am missing the dancing days and moving my body. It was the best therapy for me. Nowadays, when I do return to it, because I will, it'll be much more about the healing arts of it and the body, and no drunkenness needed to move that body. So good for you. Trust, and you will thrive. Put your light out there to help others. When you glow up, it encourages other people to glow it up. Be willing to ask for help if you need it, whether it's emotional help, physical help, just support of any kind. Much love to you guys. Let's take a new person, a new version, a new higher vibrating version of ourselves. Always be authentic. Follow your instincts. Don't doubt them anymore. Put your lamp out there on that lamppost. Don't let no motherfucking broke person break you. Shalom, shalom.